Hey YouTube, I've wanted to talk about this topic for a while. Last year I went to Japan and I went to Tokyo Idol Festival. I think it made me question my identity as a weeb or otaku and how I relate to the fandom and the subculture and such of anime and related things. I've always felt some distance from my weeb or otaku interests, anime, games, music, etc. Like, I'll never be a serious hardcore fan of these things. I'll never be a part of the fandom. I've always been kind of an outsider. I remember Sato from the anime Welcome to the NHK. He did get obsessed with parts of otaku culture, but in a base weeaboo kind of way. He wasn't a productive member of otaku society and wasn't socially integrated with those people. He was a bit like me, a semi-otaku. Today, I'm talking specifically about the fandom for Japanese idols. If you don't know, wota are the guys who do all the weird dances and chants at idol concerts. They're like the super fans. I went to Japan last year. That was my dream for so long. For anyone who's into any weeb stuff, of course you want to go. It's a pilgrimage to the Holy Land. I wasn't sure whether I was going to go, so I missed out on getting tickets to a big Vocalo concert, Hatsune Miku Magical Mirai, and I couldn't really decide whether I wanted to go to that and I wasn't really sure whether I wanted to go all that way to see a picture on a video screen, which is what the Miku concerts are, even though I'm a big fan of vocal music. Instead, I went to Tokyo Idol Festival, a 3-day music festival based around Japanese idol music. I thought, I like some of this music. I watched videos of this event before. I'll get a good idea of it and see some groups. I wasn't really a serious idol fan, just looking for an introduction. And this would gain me exposure to a lot of different groups, seeing the real idol community in action, and not just through the lens of the foreign internet. I saw a video of Wyatt Doll performing their song Tokyo Dancing on Sky Stage on top of the Fuji TV Wangan Studios in Odaiba, with the beautiful lights of Tokyo at night in the background. I watched it again so many times. In the real world, my life was turning to crap. I lost my job due to a downsizing. On a whim, I decided I'd go to Japan. I booked the plane tickets just over a week in advance, and the hotels even later. This was a holiday I planned at very short notice. So I went to Japan, and I braved the 35-degree heat and humidity. That's pretty much every day to go to this music festival. At times, I was in the front row, especially in the Doll Factory stage, which was an indoor stage. It was nice and cool there, which I spent much of the first day in. I saw those cute girls up nice and close. The main girl in Pims, I could see her abs. Such a delicious body. You can't see that in the blurry compressed videos. It made me think about what's possible for myself with regard to getting a six-pack, considering she's not a bodybuilder, just a cute girl, so she's probably not on any roids or anything. They're probably my favourite group in terms of the songs I heard at the concert. I think I liked all of their songs. There's a video of the performance that I watched over and over again. I even bought 2 of their albums. I had my photo taken with Saki of Dear Kiss, one of the groups I was in the front row for. A nice English-speaking idol fan gave me a signature ticket to get my photo signed, which I really appreciated. I also got my photo taken with a number of gravure idols in Tokyo Gravure Idol Festival, which was a sub-event. So basically girls in revealing outfits and bikinis and things. That was good. Pretty awkward. But hey. I got to see Wyatt Doll on Sky Stage at around sunset. I had to fight to the front row. People were very pushy. They'll just grab you and push you out of the way. But that group inspired me to come to Japan and see TIF, so I made it my mission to see them. I actually met Wyatt Doll going to one of their live events at Shibuya Glad. I got a handshake ticket to say hello to them and shake their hands. They couldn't speak English and I couldn't speak Japanese, so it was awkward, of course. I also got to see the biggest idol group of them all, AKB48, from a long distance in Zepp Diver City, one of the final performances. Even though I was a lot further back, it was a really beautiful, moving performance. Back to the crowd. The crowds got to me at times. I felt out of place. At festival stage, there were a group of wotas who knew all the chants and hand motions and stuff. In that group, there was a middle-aged white guy with hair loss, and he knew all the stuff too, all the chants and things. That group was so energetic, and I felt out of place, not knowing any of that stuff, standing there quietly watching and vaguely trying to follow the movements. Someone actually asked me to move so his friends could stand there, but he had been standing there for many different performances, far longer than I had been, so why didn't he give his spot? I am a quiet, shy and reserved guy, but the wota is loud, boorish, confident, like a rowdy football fan, but heavily choreographed and rehearsed. Those are the most valued fans. Apart from female fans, of course, who get special treatment. As a quiet, shy person, these superfan ranks of the wota are reserved for those other types of people. A big part of idol fandom is seeing the concerts, but the wota types tend to be big people. They're not meek little skinny kids, and they're all at the front. So how am I supposed to see anything? I need to get close to the front to see anything, but then I look out of place compared to the lively wotas, and I may be seen to be taking space from more hardcore fans. The social interaction. Regarding meeting events such as handshakes, when it comes down to it, those things are for people who can derive some pleasure from interacting with people. They have some level of social skills, or maybe they know what to say, even if they are not normal. The more talkative and confident type of autistic people might be able to enjoy those interactions. For me, this is so awkward. The photos, awkward too. Other people can make good poses and stuff. For me, I'll just look awkward. Even if you don't go, there are all those forums and Twitter blogs, all this social stuff that you're expected to participate in. Just like anime and gaming and the more general weeb interests. You think, oh, these interests are for people who aren't really sociable like me, but they're basically defined by the communities and the social people, the normal people. The buying. This is a hobby for rich people. You're expected to throw your money at them, buying CDs multiple times, buying all sorts of things. Just like how people simp for Twitch streamers. You've got to spend all this money. The extra requirements for foreign fans. To have the in-person experiences that are core to the Japanese scene means either going to Japan often or living there for a time. And you need to learn Japanese. And buying anything, especially tickets, can be very difficult or require jumping through hoops. That said, I was able to get tickets to TIF and to the Wyatt Doll concert fairly easily. The obsession, and I think this is something really important, I'm not able to obsess productively. This is, I think, the central reason why I'm not any sort of otaku. I can't consume content at a high rate. My mum goes through books very quickly. She must have read thousands over the years. If she was a weeb, she'd be a top one. But me, I don't actually do much with my time. Also, I don't accumulate large amounts of knowledge about intricate things, narrow interests. I don't go deep. I'm not sure I'm interested in seeing girls grow. I can't feel any sort of connection to them. I'm not someone for the cult of celebrity. I like cute girls, but I'm not the kind of simp who can get obsessed about knowing everything about them. You're expected to watch all these shows like AK Bingo, all this sort of side content. You're expected to know all about the girls and have a favourite girl, an Oshiman. You need to follow the latest news. I don't think I can keep up with that, and I'm not sure I'm that interested. I just want to see the cute girls and listen to the music. I am mainly focused on the music, and I like music with a narrow set of characteristics, so I'm not usually going to like more than a few songs, no matter what the genre. I felt very much like an outsider throughout my experience in Japan. I wasn't with my comrades. There is no solidarity among nerds or weebs or losers or any sort of ostensibly low status male group. I'm happy I went to Japan and that I went to the Tokyo Idol Festival. This year it's not running because of, so they're going to be having a streaming event, but you have to pay a lot of money just to watch a stream, so I don't know about that. I'd consider going again, but I do have a lot of other places that I want to go. It really is different seeing idols perform in real life, actually being there in the concert. I think it's way better than just watching it on a screen. Completely different experience. Even though I'm complaining a lot in this video, it was an enjoyable experience. I did like going, so don't get me wrong there. This is supposed to be entertainment and I am supposed to enjoy it, but I am reminded sometimes that I'm alone and that I'll always be an outsider and a casual and a tourist and a weeb, a weeaboo, just not really going in there deep. You've seen the anime posters on my wall in the other videos. I like to think, yeah, I'm all about this stuff, but there are people who complain that weebs are shallow and surface level in their interests. I mean, compared to the hardcore fans, and honestly, I'd agree with that assessment about myself. I'm just not that hardcore, but I do enjoy these hobbies again. Anyway, I'm rambling. Like, subscribe, comment, Discord and contact details on the About page as usual. This is a different kind of video, but it's nice to talk about things that I'm doing in my life, how I get by. That is, of course, part of my story.